Hello, this is Craig Houck, Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. First of all, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Wave One Media, Same Day Weddings, Roof It Forward, and of course, Wise Finances. And I'm going to say something, but right now I'm with Randall KO King Bailey, and he's got a YouTube video, and you guys can watch him knocking a lot of guys out. And then we got him with Nate Tubbs, who has biggest heavyweight win was against Corrie Sanders, who ended up beating one of the Klitschko's. And then I got Ernie Brown, who's getting inducted into the National Boxing Hall of Fame. He's in the Illinois Boxing Hall of Fame. What other Boxing Hall of Fame you in, champ?
Just those two right now.
Yeah,
Indiana called me.
Indiana's going to call you. Next 2 years you're in. I don't know if it's next year or the year after, but you'll probably go in the same time I do, and the year after.
And that'd be an honor.
Then, yeah, we'll go in 2 years so we can sell the tickets, man.
That's right.
I'm a ticket seller.
I can do that.
That's it. Randall knocks him out, I bring him in.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
National Boxing Hall of Fame, I got 32 people coming in.
See there?
You know.
Amazing.
I got a lot of family.
All right. So, first of all, I want to talk about Randall Bailey. Randall, can you kind of break down your career? You know, how many? I know he's 46-9 with 39 KOs, and you end up winning the WBO Junior Welterweight World Championship.
Yeah.
That was it was a big. I was thinking 1990 or something like that.
99.
99.
Yeah.
And
the WBA interim in 2002, and then my IBF in 2012.
And who'd you knock out for the IBF title?
Mike Jones from Philadelphia.
Mike Jones.
Yeah.
I keep calling him Stone. I don't know why I keep calling him Stone, but Mike Jones. Okay. And then Nate, I want you to kind of break down your career. Go ahead, Chip. You are obviously your brother's Tony Tubbs, correct?
Yes, my brother Tony Tubbs, and I former basketball player turned boxer. Basically, my claim to fame is that I knocked out Corrie Sanders in 1994, the week of Nelson Mandela's inauguration for the presidency.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Ernie Brown, it's your turn. How many fights? What we got? Tell me what you got, champ.
35-6, had 24 knockouts. But my big claim to fame was I worked about 5 world title fights as a corner guy.
Okay.
David Diaz's fight with Manny Pacquiao.
Okay.
David Diaz's fight with Alberto Soto.
Got it.
Roy Jones against Jeff Hook Lacey.
Got it.
Tim Bradley and Devin Alexander.
Well, let me tell you something. Ernie Brown does a lot of things for a lot of people that I want to make sure he gets recognized for. And we, appreciate you and love you. But being the KO King, okay, how does that come across? Well, how did you get that name, KO King? Well, obviously he's knocking a lot of people out, but how'd it go?
That's how it started.
Yeah.
KO Magazine had a cover. It had me, Zab Judah, Costa Zoo, Shambe Mitchell, and Arturo Gotti. And they gave all us nicknames.
Got it.
And mine, they put the Knockout King. So I never really took it until like 2006.
I got you.
I decided to add a nickname to my name.
Got you. And it makes it more exciting. It's more so.
It made it more exciting because I just felt like.
Well, and I hear one thing about it is, Keith Boggs is your guy. He loves you. Keith Boggs loves you, and you worked your corner a couple times. And we got your Bailey jacket, his corner jacket, right on the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame tonight, so everybody can see it. It really looks sharp. Got it looked up there tonight. And I wanted to tell you, I've spoke to Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. They don't have a problem putting you in at any time. I just think when it's you're eligible, they're going to put you in the Florida Boxing Hall. But you could probably go a lot higher than that if you wanted to. But I mean, Florida and Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. I wanted to wish you congratulations, man.
Thank you.
What do you want to say about Keith Boggs and any? What was your memories here in Indiana? And I'm gonna have all you guys talk about your memories here in Indiana. Go.
Oh man, Keith Boggs is my guy. We had a lot of good times together here in the cold.
Yeah.
and after fight dinners at Steak and Shake.
At Steak and Shake, after fight dinners. I got it. So Nate Tubbs actually is a promoter as well. And many people know that, right, Nate?
Yeah, they should. I've been doing it 30 years.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, actually, you could make a case for Nate Tubbs to be in the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame as well as a promoter, fighter, and all around, correct?
Yes, I done did it all from training, management, and promotions. And back in 1987, I turned pro out in California with my brother and had my first win. And first time I ever went the distance as a pro. I was sat on the shelf for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And I'm telling my brother, I'm like, man, I got to go home, man. I can do this stuff myself. And I went home and came home in 1987, started promoting. I promoted half of my own career.
Yeah.
Then I got 17, 18 and 0, and I signed with Cedric Kushner, and he opened up some doors for me. And, I was the type of fighter, I'd fight anybody. I mostly fought for money. I didn't care who he was, as long as his name matched the money.
I got you.
And I really enjoyed the promotional part.
Yeah.
I like getting the big money.
And you're a businessman.
Yeah, and I've been doing it for the last 30 years.
Well, you're a pretty smart guy, and you do a great job. And, Ernie, I want to talk about you, Indiana. Now, what was your amateur? Did you fight Leon Spinks as an amateur?
No, I fought this man's brother.
Tubbs? Oh, you fought Tubbs?
Yeah.
Did he beat you up?
Badly. He gave me 2 standing 8 counts, but I went the distance.
Yeah, and you told him, please don't knock you out, right?
No, the punch was coming too fast. I tried to get him arrested. I put him in front of a lineup, I'll pick him out.
Oh, I got you. This is great, too.
It was an assault, But that was a big honor, the matchup, because at that time he was ranked number 1 in the world.
That's awesome.
That was a big thrill.
Now, how many? I know, Randall. You fought on HBO, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You fought on Showtime.
Mm-hmm.
You fought on ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
You fought on. Did you fight on USA Network?
No.
Okay, but you fought on those 3 big networks. Out of those big networks, which ones did you like? I mean, obviously you liked them all, but what ones you liked the best?
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view. Oh, because you got paid the most, man. Now here we're talking business now, Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Nate, I mean, what kind of influence did your brother make in your life? Just being honest.
But basically, he was my hero. We come from a fighting family. My uncle fought Carlos Mazon. I had other uncles that fought. We just come from a fighting family. Then where we from is like every community got hoods. And, I got a big family, so I got 12 sisters, so we've been fighting forever.
Yeah, your whole life.
I had a brother got killed in 1980, and my mindset was different. I became a very violent guy. I had a lot of hatred in my heart, and for a lot of years.
Gotcha.
And boxing saved my life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Tony grabbed me one time. I think I got into one of the toughest guys in the neighborhood. Everybody was scared of him, and I tore that butt up.
Yeah.
And Tony got me out of town quick because they was gangsters.
Oh, no.
And I've been fighting ever since.
All right, Ernie. So tell us your biggest moment of your career, and just anything that you've been involved in boxing.
The biggest moment of my career was first being trained by Archie Moore.
Okay.
When I first came into the Navy.
I got you.
They thought I had a little something, so they sent me over to work with Archie.
I got you.
Now, the thing about it was, Archie, when I met him, I said, "Hey, champ," he said, "I don't care who you are. Come on to the backyard."
Yeah.
And he told me he had a push lawnmower. And he said, "Go ahead and cut the grass." I said, "No," I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Wait a minute. You said, I'm not the gardener, man. I'm here to to buy."
Yeah.
He said, "You here to do what I tell you to do." I said, "Okay."
Okay.
So I pushed that mower, right, raked up the leaves and all that stuff, put it down, and then he said, "Okay, take the trash out." I'm like, "This dude," I said, "Man, what kind of crap is this?"
This is like Karate Kid, man. Wax on, wax off.
And then he said, after that, I washed the dishes. And then I said, now I'm getting pretty irritated. I'm saying, I think this dude just wants free labor.
Oh, wow.
But then after that, he said, "You tired?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Now we can train."
Awesome, I see.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to you, Randall. Okay. So, all your fighting, all over the world. What was your most exciting? What was the biggest win? I know you had a lot of knockouts. What was your biggest moment that you're never going to forget? And everybody has that moment where you never forget. Like me dropping Camacho, I had a hard on for 3 weeks. All right, but I'm just no, I'm just trying to say that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What is that moment that was in your life? Tell me your best moment. I know you had too many knockouts, but just tell me your moment.
It's probably gonna be this one right here.
The Indiana Boxing Hall of
Sitting
Fame.
here.
Yeah, I
Sitting
got
here
you.
with y'all
I got you. But I saw. Listen, I seen him hit this guy with an uppercut, and I could still hear the punch. I was like, oh man, that killed the guy. Nate, go ahead and tell us.
Well, my greatest moment was knocking out Corrie Sanders because I was a 31 underdog. And first time they offered me to fight, I just lost to David Tua on a 2-day notice. And, they gave me $150,000. You don't get no young black man no $150,000 time of fighting anybody because I'm going.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm suiting up. But my first words was, I ain't got to get nobody no money, right? They said, come on in. So they was stealing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
In
was
boxing?
stealing.
In boxing?
Yeah, if they gave me $150, I say I ain't got to get nobody no money. They was getting a whole lot more than that. And I fought them on Showtime.
Showtime, okay.
Showtime, 150 was good for me. So I fought David Tua on a 2-day notice. I just got out of jail. I had an assault charge, and I did 120 days in the Justice Center. Beat my case because I had to pay the guy off. And, every time I get in trouble, they hit the lottery. You know what I mean? I was spending the money to stay out of jail.
Gotcha.
But at the end of the day, Corrie Sanders was my greatest fight because losing to David Tua got me the Corrie Sanders fight. Then they gave me 3 months to get ready for Corrie Sanders, and what they didn't do their homework. I kind of laid down for David Tua because it was a 2-day notice. I was going to get hurt.
Yeah, I got you.
And so I took the Corrie Sanders fight.
Seriously.
After I seen him knock out Burt Cooper. And I'm like, I was with Mike Tyson for 25 years, and his last 10 fights was Mike Tyson's sparring partners.
Oh, okay.
So I was in camp with these guys. I'm like, man, something ain't right with this. You know what I mean? I said, send them plane tickets. And they had me as say I was going to get knocked out in 3 rounds and all that. Because the first 7 days, I was sluggish. I had to flying 22 hours. Then when they go to sleep, I'm still up because I went on their time.
I got you.
At 7th day, everybody got knocked out in training camp.
Oh, wow.
They say Corrie Sanders got some problems. But they didn't know I was a converted southpaw. I fought my whole amateur career southpaw.
Oh, wow.
So southpaws, I walked.
So they really didn't do their homework.
Yeah. I'm trying to reach out to Canelo. I can teach you how to stop them southpaws now.
All right, man. All right, let's go for Ernie Brown.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
I do a lot of work with all the Hall of Fames.
Absolutely.
I try to get fighters recognized for their accomplishment. There's so many fighters that slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
That don't get their just due.
I got you 100%.
I'm here to change that.
Yeah.
I've helped.
You've helped Marvin Johnson.
Marvin Johnson, Eddie Perkins.
Yep. Who was the guy then in Florida you got in the Hall of Fame?
That was Marvin Campbell.
Marvin Campbell, cruiserweight world champion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Indiana, we got David Diaz and Montel Griffin.
Yeah. And then when we can keep working on more, right?
Exactly.
Who you got for me now? Who you got for me after you? Who else you got? Fought here in Indiana.
As far as Indiana go.
Yeah. Give me some love. Murphy fight here?
No.
No. I thought you keep your researching.
Right, but this man right here, I think.
Tubbs? You think Tubbs get in there?
I think so.
Yeah, well, I think as a promoter of what he's done for the whole sport, absolutely. Okay, we're gonna give him a vote, and then we're gonna let Randall K.O. King vote here. Randall, who in your opinion is the best pound for pound fighter in the world? That's where the next question goes. Who's the best next pound for pound fighter in the world, in your opinion?
Right now.
Yes.
I gotta give it to Canelo.
So he's saying Canelo's top dog. Who you say is top dog right now?
I'm thinking Canelo too.
Canelo too. How about who you got, Canelo?
Terrence Crawford.
That's who I got too, man. I got Terrence Crawford. The only reason I got Terrence Crawford because I believe he's 36-0, and I could be wrong, but I got Terrence Crawford because he hasn't lost. That's the only reason. Now, what Canelo has stepped his game up and has brought for the sport, I mean, it's been pretty amazing.
With Terrence Crawford, we pick him too, but the problem with Terrence, don't get me wrong, he might even be a family member of ours. Terrence just not getting an opportunity with the other top fighters. That's the problem with him.
Yeah, I got you.
Canelo got the opportunity because he's freelancing. He's fighting all comers.
I pick Canelo because I'm talking
overall strength and everything.
first, attendance. The crowd
Selling
brings out performance and activity.
That's going to be hard to beat.
I picked Terrence Crawford.
It's hard to beat.
I picked Terrence Crawford because of his technique, one, and the fact that everybody's afraid to fight him.
I picked Terrence Crawford. I would pick Terrence Crawford too if he stayed busy. If he could get,
Yeah, I know
if
what
he
you're
could
saying.
get the fights,
The big dog fights would draw more attention.
Which
Yeah.
I think he would win them. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'd like him to beat Errol Spence, but until he gets those fights, I mean,
Who else would you even compare in the top 3?
Canelo
Canelo.
and
And-
Terrence, like right here.
I got you. So you got Canelo and Crawford.
Right.
Really, let's be honest. Okay, so we got the Tyson Fury, you got Deontay Wilder, and we got Anthony Joshua. Out of those 3 heavyweights, who's the best heavyweight in the world, in your opinion, Ernie?
In my opinion, Tyson Fury is.
Okay, your opinion.
I agree with him, Tyson Fury.
What do you think?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury. I think got to give the edge to Tyson Fury. But here's what here's what I think. If Anthony Joshua's chin holds up, he might be able to pull it off. Is what I'm thinking.
You have to pick him fight.
But the biggest thing with
Go ahead.
my opinion with Anthony Joshua, he fight like a robot.
I got you. Okay.
You know, and then he ain't all that fast. Then
Okay.
I like Tyson Fury because he's flexible. You know, he
Yeah,
got a
he
slip
can move
game,
and
catch
stuff.
game, and he understand about pressuring a guy, smothering his punches and stuff like
Like
that.
he did one
like a lot
Wilder.
of fighters don't do no more.
He listened to his trainers.
We come from the old school of training. You know, if a guy can punch, we learn how to take his power from him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we just ain't never, hit the opportunity to get lucky with Randall. You know what I mean?
I mean,
He's a special one.
Randall. Hi, Randall. Who you thinking? Who you thinking? We picked those three heavyweights. Who you got? You got to remember, Deontay Wilder's 42-1 with 41 knockouts. I mean,
you gotta look at the 40
Opponents.
I know, but look, man. I was trying to find anybody in a wheelchair to fight, and so I could get me a win. I know how the game works. We just need W's and opportunity.
Back then it was good, but when you like,
I know what you're saying.
Now-
So okay, but I'm just trying. Do you think Deontay Wilder can beat Anthony Joshua?
He got a puncher's chance.
I think he'll beat Anthony Joshua.
What do you think, Ernie?
I think he had a puncher's chance, but I would go with Joshua in that fight.
I think the fundamentals with Joshua is better. Dante,
Yeah, he does have good.
For him to have
he's
Mark
a gold
Breeden-
medal winner.
But me, Mark Breeden, and all us went through the amateurs together. And he back then he was labeled as the best amateur ever out of New York. But with his knowledge and talent of the game, why Deontay Wilder don't have a jab?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to ask you. Okay, we're going to go to a new subject here. What do you think about these older people fighting, like Mike Tyson? What do you think it brings for the sport and the YouTubers? And we're going to talk about that. But first, we're going to talk about Tyson fighting his exhibitions. I think it's good for the sport and me personally, because it brings in more, and then you can have real fights on top of it.
Well, I can
like
speak on that.
Blue Jack.
Right.
Go ahead.
I can speak on Tyson. I've been with Tyson my whole career.
Okay.
And that's 25 years. And he's a personal friend of mine, saying he's a unique person.
Yes.
All around. And it brings excitement. People love Mike Tyson.
Yeah, they still do.
So I just told his brother-in-law, I'm trying to get Michael Nunn on the undercard. I'm telling him, stop worrying about Michael Nunn being out 16 years. They ain't paying to see Michael Nunn. They're paying to see Mike Tyson.
Yeah, absolutely.
You filling a slot.
Yeah.
All you're doing is giving a man a job to fulfill a spot on the card. People paying the money to see Mike Tyson. And
Absolutely.
Mike Tyson keep performing.
What do you think, Randall?
I like it.
I do too. I think remember we've got this senior golf. Does anybody say anything about that?
Nope.
No. Does anybody talk tennis? We got them old time tennis players out there. Does anybody say anything about that?
I think it opens up the opportunity for a lot of people to indulge in a lot of things to bring excitement back to the game. Mm-hmm. They know when Mike Tyson Bell say, Dean, Mike gonna try to hurt you.
Yeah.
I was his sparring partner for 20 years, and he don't know how to hold back. Thank God I had good defense.
What'd you think with the Jones fight? What'd you think of Roy Jones?
Well, I think Roy Jones he played a smart fight. He had a good strategy when Mike get in close, tie him up, and move.
Yeah.
And then like watching Canelo fight, seems like he had problems with guys that move.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward for this Plant fight coming up. Because Plant is a little bit better fighter than the guy he just fought.
You think is he going to fight Caleb Plant?
to my understanding, he's supposed to be up next. One thing about Canelo, he's taking on all comers.
Well, Canelo's the opportunities for Canelo are top dog. Top
Right.
dog.
Yeah,
All
Plant
right,
wants
so
15 million.
really,
Yeah, Plant wants 15 million, and I think he'll get it.
They're gonna give it to him.
I hope they give it to him, but I think he asking for it.
you know what? You got to
I
give it to
think
Caleb Plant.
I think he
You
trying.
know, he was an Indiana National Golden Glove
I think
champion.
he's trying to outprice himself so he
Well, he won
don't
the
have to
Nationals
take
here.
that fight. I think
Right.
I think Canelo whitewashes him.
Canelo's going to not beat anybody, in my opinion. I think he goes through Caleb Plant.
Easy.
I think so too.
5
I
rounds
like
or less.
Caleb Plant, but
5 rounds or less.
is that what you think?
Yes.
And I got to give Caleb Plant credit, but to me, sometimes you got to get initiated, and sometimes you can lose a fight and get more respect losing than you do winning.
My experience, you gain more by losing because you're gonna see some things that you didn't see. As long as you keep winning, you keep fighting the same way, just about.
Yeah,
Most guys,
True.
And that's like Deontay Wilder. He kept fighting the same way after 40-some fights. You didn't learn how to throw a jab yet.
Okay, now I want to give you the top 3 heavyweights in your opinion, the greatest of all time. Top 3, go Ernie.
I would say Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Larry Holmes.
All right, now your turn, Rick.
Nate.
I said Nate.
I'm looking at Muhammad. You look at Sugar Ray,
No, we're talking about top 3 heavyweights.
top 3 heavyweights. You're talking about Ezra Charles from my hometown. Was a heck of a heavyweight.
We're going to talk top 3.
Top 3, we're looking at. We know Muhammad Ali.
All right, go ahead.
Then you're looking at. I can't even think of this man's name. The one who was winning the service.
Joe Louis?
Joe Louis. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Joe Louis, and I like Armstrong. My opinion.
All right, shoot away, Randall.
My
Top
era.
your top 3.
My
your top,
era.
No, I'm just saying your top 3 heavyweights of all time.
I'm gonna go with Muhammad Ali,
Mm-hmm.
Lennox Lewis, Vitaly Klitschko.
All right, you ready? Ali, Lewis, Rocky Marciano. And you can pick them any way you want, but here's the deal.
Right.
Here's the deal. There's greatness in all those guys. I have I have voted Mike Tyson the greatest puncher ever of all time. I don't know. You give it to George Foreman. You can give it to maybe Sonny Liston. You can give it to somebody else. But guess what? In my time, there was nobody knocking out people like Mike Tyson. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, he's knocking everybody out. He pretty much left everybody lay, I mean, even the fight he lost against Buster Douglas, he knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? He just got up and knocked him out in the 10th round. All right, you ready? What do you think of these YouTube fights between Mayweather and the Paul brother?
If there ever need, I mean, if the public wants it,
Yes.
it's going to happen.
Yeah, what do you think, Nate?
Well, I think it's more of entertainment.
Absolutely. You
And
gonna take
they're
that
making a
serious?
whole lot of money just for some entertainment.
What do you think, Randall?
I just feel like Floyd earned the right to do whatever he want to do.
And he's totally correct there. You know what I'm saying?
But
It's entertainment because you think about it. Ali, he did wrestling. You know what I'm saying? He wrestled the guy,
Right.
and sometimes they do the karate or kickboxing or they.
But the greatest thing about nowadays is that you got so many avenues to make money.
Correct.
And back then you was going into 1 million households. Now you're going into 20 million households. You got
Absolutely.
so many outlets with this live screen and stuff. I think it's great myself being
Absolutely.
a promoter.
Great,
I
good show.
can't wait till I get back, be able to do a show.
You're gonna do a show. So you're thinking of maybe doing a show the night before the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame. Is that what you're saying?
Or maybe if you letting out at 3, they're already in town, do something that day on Saturday.
I got you.
I'm
I'm
working
with
on
you.
it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk to you about it. I'm working
Okay.
on it.
Okay.
I got your first exhibition.
Randall's Caleb.
Me and Little Joe Hutchison.
You don't like Little Joe? Little Joe was a great fighter, but he ran into a guy named Ricky Hatton or something like that. You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
There's only one Ricky Hatton. All right, so, man, hey, look, man, I appreciate you guys for coming on. We've had a great. What do you think of tonight? What do you think tonight? Great show. You got to remember, okay? So think of the light heavyweights that's going to be there: Marvin Johnson, Michael Spinks, Donnie Lalonde, Montel Griffin, and J.B. Williamson. All 5 of those guys were light heavyweight champion of the world. Then you got Tony Tubbs, Layman Brewster, heavyweight world champions. I mean, can we have a better event?
You're doing a wonderful job.
Thanks,
it's
man.
constantly growing. You know what I mean? Constantly growing.
Yeah,
And I think, we appreciate what you're doing, appreciate you making us a part of it.
absolutely. And you guys deserve to be a part of it. Everybody deserves to be recognized. And I think that's
Right.
what we're bringing recognition. We're bringing greatness here to Indiana. And we don't care who they are or where they're from or what they did. They brought in greatness. We're all about
Right.
it.
And let me say, rest in peace, Marvin Hagler. Rest in
And
peace, Leon Spinks.
Spinks, yeah. And I think tonight we're going to give them a shout out too. Rest in
Yeah.
peace. And I wanted to thank Randall K.O. King Bailey for making the trip down here. Randall, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Yeah, man, I just like coming on up there and getting a picture with you and seeing that uppercut of his. You know what I'm saying, man? The uppercut, knocking people out. All right, man, thank you. We're going to be ready tonight. You ready? You're all staying
we
at the
ready.
Hilton. You got it?
Got it.
Hilton
Definitely
Place.
ready.
We're on our way. God bless, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.